Okay, hello colorful people. Thank you for joining me today. And today, as you read the title, this is a 1 hour WIP N Chat that I'm participating in with Miss Coffee on Anonymous Crafters with Miss Coffee, Miss Crochet and Coffee on Rachel Ray Facebook page. And what you have to do is you have to chat for an hour and do some kind of WIP work in progress. So I was going to do a diamond painting, but I promised I would get back to my coloring, so I decided to work on this as my WIP N Chat because my diamond painting that I'm working on, I'm the type of person that when I do sections in it, I don't want to quit until I'm done with that section. So it's gonna take more than I would do that section then, because when I get finished with this side, I gotta get back to my craft swap. So I'm not gonna be able to work on that until I get that done first. But anyway, so I decided to work on this, another challenge within a challenge. Actually, this is a page, the first page that we're doing for the year. We're going to finish this book, Geomorphia by Kirby Rosanis. I'm doing this in a group, the T's Color World, I forgot what it was, but she's here on YouTube as well. But this is from her Facebook page. Let me see if I can get this camera right so I can see it. And it's not working. But anyway, I'm going to be coloring in this book. Though this is the first page that we're doing. So what it is we're going to finish this whole book by the end of the year. And how it works is that we're going to be coloring a page like a buddy color, and when you have to have start from a clean book, so there's no pages done in this book already, so it's going to be finished by the end of the year. So again, this is the first page we're working on, is this elephant with a tree coming out of his trunk. So I'm going to get started on it out, and I'm going to start chatting. And I guess some of y'all heard, I think I chatted about myself, a little bit about me and stuff like that. I'm not all that interesting, guys. I just had a birthday, turned 51 on December 30th. I am blessed to see another birthday, see another year, see another new year, and yeah, so I'm good. So about me. Now, first of all, I suffer from chronic headaches and migraines, which is one of the reasons why I craft. So I don't kill people, because I used to have a temper when I was younger, and I don't, what's my thing? After I had kids, I had to, control my temper, of course. So I also don't have the luxury of, get my blood pressure up because of my headaches and things like that. And of course, it's just not good to have your blood pressure up anyways. So I craft, I color, I now diamond paint, I do all kinds of stuff. I'm out here in my craft shed. I am in the process of doing redoing a room in my house that was initially my craft when we moved in. Then it was too small, so I got my building out here, and then I turned it into a man cave for the hubs. He didn't use it that way. He's very appreciative of it, but he didn't use it like that. So we decided that we was going to use it for guests. Again, I think I said in a previous video, we don't have guests like that, so it's going to be my second craft room. So I'm going to be, I'm trying to find my darn color pencils. So I am going to be have two craft rooms, and I'm going to use my Prismacolor pencils on this image. So that's what I'm in the process of doing now. Now, I've also realized that within the recent years, that because I've gotten older, but I think right before I turned 50, 47, 40, something like that. I don't censor myself that much anymore. Before, you know, like I said, I just control my temper, and I would bite my tongue with a lot of irritating things. But people say stupid stuff to me, or do stupid stuff, or just whatever. So, or talk to me like their redhead stepchild or something like that. So, I'm not around people like that on the regular. So when I do get around people like that, I tend to not hold my tongue. I've been and said something, like someone come out of my mouth before I knew it, and I will not be apologetic about it. And I'm not trying to be mean or anything, and it might be a tone, so you might think I'm being mean. You know, one might think I'm being mean, but I'm not. I'm just speaking my mind, so I don't hold my tongue anymore. So, anyways, I have recently realized that I was the older, and I think I've heard that about, you know how you heard about older people, they don't censor themselves, they just say anything. Well, I'm one of those older people. I will not hold my tongue about stuff. And I can get mad. I still get upset, of course. I control my temper because I don't know if I said it in one of my videos on this channel. I do have another craft channel when I did do some coloring chats on this channel, so I don't know if I said it before, but what color is this? I tend not to, let me see. I tend not to again, hold my tongue about things, and I will not argue with you. Like I said, I don't have that luxury of giving my purpose of arguing, fussing, fighting, and all of that stuff. But I will tell you, in a matter of 30 seconds, that you're pissing me off, or you done pissed me off. I'll tell you about, I will let you know how I feel about what has been done or said, and then I'm done with it. When I shut up, I'm done with it. That don't mean you keep talking to me about it. You don't follow behind. When I turn my back, that's it. So, and my mom always said when I was younger that I always had to get the last word, and that's true today. Because back then that's when I would continue to go back and forth with, you know, with whoever, you know, arguing and stuff like that. Again, I don't have the luxury anymore, so I don't do that. I will say what I got to say about the situation or whatever's going on, and I'm done with it. And so yeah, so I still have to get the last word, because I didn't say what I had to say about it, and conversation over. But anyways, so that is that. So about my headaches, again, I don't know if I discussed this, and I did mention it in Miss Coffee's group that well, somebody else mentioned it first about curing malformation, that she was diagnosed with it, and I was diagnosed with it back in 2005. Apparently it is something that you're born with, and unlike some things that babies get tested for right when after they're born, that is not one of them. And it says that you don't really, let me see, what was the term I'm looking for? You don't have any symptoms of it or anything like that till you get it to your adolescent. And so that's what happened with me. When I got into middle school, going into high school, that's when I started having these headaches and migraines and stuff like that. I mean, they would get really bad. And then when it was time for my monthly, it was like really, really bad. And so my mom thought it was, you know, because I had bad eyes too. And so my mom thought it was my eyes. So I went and got my eyes checked. I started wearing glasses, and yeah, that helped a little bit, but it didn't fix the problem. I still had headaches, and I didn't have as bad, but I still have them. Then when I got older and I had kids, I would have them real bad. And I would be laying on the couch all day, and my daughter, my second oldest, she would sit there with me like, "Mommy, you okay?" She would tend to me like she's a little nurse or something. And if she had to get up and go see what her brothers was doing, I had 4 kids, and 1 girl and 3 boys. And she would sit there with me while I suffered through the pain. And what is wrong with my pencil sharpener? And if she got up to go do something or go just talk to her brother or whatever, she would say, "Mommy, I'll be right back." And she would go and come back, and she would sit there with me. But yeah, so I was suffering with headaches really bad back then, and it was like I would buy 100 count or 200 count, or how many count, a large count bottle of Tylenol. I would take all those within a month. By the time I got finished with that bottle, I was going on to Advil because I got immune to it. It didn't work anymore, so I had to switch to something else. I bought a 100 count bottle of that. It'd be gone within a month or so, and there was a rotation. It was extra Tylenol. I never did extra because it was expensive, and it's still expensive to this day. But I do extra Tylenol, ibuprofen, naproxen, whatever. And I would rotate those things because when I buy a 100 count bottle or a large count bottle of something, by the time I got finished with it, I was immune to it because I took it so much that it stopped working. But surprisingly, I never got addicted to anything. I never took anything else. I never went to the doctor for it. My mom said, "You need to go to the doctor to get your headaches." So I never went until 2005 when I moved back to Alabama. And I need to start coloring this freaking elephant. And I felt a different kind of pain in my head, and it scared me. I mean, that was one reason why I didn't go to the doctor, because I was scared what they was going to find. And I know that's not a good thing, guys, because you know if there's something wrong with you and you're afraid to go to the doctor because you're afraid they're going to find something, well, you kind of need to go ahead and go, because if it's something bad, you need to nip it in the bud or catch it soon enough so that it can be cured or whatever. You know, something like that. So that's why I didn't go. But when I had a different kind of pain in my head, I went to the doctor. And that's when I got CAT scans, MRIs, and stuff like that. And then my regular physician, that's when he diagnosed with cure inflammation. And what it is that the back part of your skull, there's supposed to be fluid back there. And in the back part of your skull. So I read up on this. I did some research on it. And when your brain is too, I always said I had a big brain. My brain was too big for my skull. So anyway, when that fluid doesn't have enough room back in the back of your head, because either your skull is too big or your brain is too small. I mean, your brain is too big or your skull is too small. It forces that fluid elsewhere. So what was explained to me by my doctor is that that fluid would go down in your spine, and it would put pressure on your nerves in your spine, and or to the other places in the top of your head, your skull or whatever. And when it put pressure on your nerves, then it would start affecting your walking. It could get worse over time if you don't have it fixed. So that's what I was told by the doctor that diagnosed me and the surgeon that did the doctor did the surgery. That if I didn't have the surgery, that it would get worse and it would start affecting my limbs. I wouldn't be able to move my hands, my fingers. I was always swelling up. That was one of the symptoms too. They started to swell up. My fingers started to swell. Feet would swell. I couldn't walk right, or it was something. So when they told me that, like, okay, I'm getting the surgery. So I got most of that information when I went to talk to my surgeon. I was referred to a surgeon who actually did the surgery. He told me all that. About if I don't have the surgery, then that's what's going to happen. I said, well, I decided right then and there, I'll have it. And that was in, I think, June or July. And then in September is when I had the surgery. And what they had to do is, the surgery is called Hr decompression, where they had to go out and go in the back of my skull, and they had to cut out part of my skull in the back so that that area was free for the fluid to go back where it's supposed to be instead of in my spine. So yeah, that surgery lasted like 2 years, where I had pain-free days, or if I did get a headache, I could take some and it would actually go away. So now, it's going back to where it was before, where I'm having headaches now. My head hurts now. It always hurts. It hurts 25/8. And I say 25/8 because it hurts all of the time, people. I kid you not, my head hurts every day. And right now, it's not that bad. I should be sleeping or whatever because it's raining, and rainy weather makes me sleepy. And anyway, so I went back to having the headaches again, and I went to a neurologist, and I gave my medical history and all that, and he told me that he wasn't going to treat my headaches because he knew my medical history, but he's going to treat my stress level. I'm like, dude, I didn't say this time. I'm like thinking like, dude, I don't have a stress level. I don't have that luxury. I don't stress, but okay, we'll try that. So he gave us one prescription that he wanted me to take, And I was taking it. And another guys, I don't like taking pills. I don't like taking pills like that. Because back then when I was taking pills, I was telling you about how I rotate my medication, the over-the-counter drugs that I was taking, that it started messing with my stomach. Acetaminophen, that's not good for your liver and all, and whatever else it's going to mess with. So when it started making my stomach started bothering me, I cut that out. I stopped doing that. And I think I probably did that for a year, 6 months, something like that. It wasn't that long, because it didn't take long for my stomach to be start bothering me. So I stopped that. So I can go days without taking something, but then I will I would have days where I would have a really, really bad headache, or they'd be worse than usual. And I go as long as possible before I take something, because I don't like taking drugs like that. I don't like taking medication like that. I'm on prescription now because they said back in 2017 I had a heart attack. They don't explain to me exactly what happened, but yeah, I supposed to have a heart attack because I was put in the hospital for 3 days. But anyway, I only take medication when my head hurts me really bad. I mean, and some days I get mad because I get sick of the pain in my head, and then some days it hurts so bad that I'm in tears and I have to take something. Now when I'm in tears like that, then I have to break out the Excedrin migraine. Nothing helps. It just eases it up. It just takes the pain lightly, down to a level I can tolerate, but it really never completely takes the pain away. So like I said, I hurt 25/8, guys. But yeah. So anyways, what color am I using here? So anyways, I don't take medication like that. And I got a new from the regular physician that I go to. Why he left me. I mean, he got well, yeah, what is it? Okay, he was in Tuscaloosa, but he got a position to go to work in a hospital. He was just like at a clinic, a medical clinic in Tuscaloosa, UMC for. Why won't my? God, I'm having issues here, guys. So I was going to a physician, and I told him about the headaches, and he referred me to a neurologist. And she wanted to mess with my headaches and all that. This is not going to work. I'm going to have to pull out my own because this is not going to work. But anyway, so my other neurologist I was going to, he would just treat my stress. Like, he gave me one medication, and when it didn't work, then he wouldn't change the medication. He would just change the doses of it. So that wasn't working for me, and so I stopped going to him because it was like a $30-something copay. I would go to him. I only had to go to him like every so few months or whatever, and he really wasn't doing anything. So I'm like, even though I didn't have to go to him that often, that was still money that he wasn't helping me on. I mean, he going out, ask me questions, this, that, and the other, and he wasn't doing nothing. Once I changed my prescription, he was just change the dosage of it, and which I think is a good thing, because my other doctor I was going to before I moved to Tuscaloosa, the other doctor, before he actually diagnosed me, after he got my MRIs back and he diagnosed me with the Chiari, he was giving me, let's try this, let's try this. Nothing worked. Well, one time he gave me, I think it was codeine, and I'm like, oh my God, it worked. My head doesn't hurt. Yeah, that was a one-day thing. I thought it was gonna work. Like, yes, finally, but no, it didn't work. It stopped, and my headache stopped. I was like, oh God, I was so happy. I thought I was gonna have pain-free days. No, that was a one-day thing. So after he had diagnosed me with that, then I had surgery and yada yada yada. Then after the surgery wore off, I went to another neurologist. I went to a neurologist, and he was treating my stress level, which I didn't have. He wasn't helping me, so I stopped going to him. Then when I got a new doctor, a new physician, told him about my headaches, and then he wanted referred me to another neurologist in the same building. And I heard about her. She was good and everything, but she wasn't helping me. She gave me some, it was topiramate, which I was thinking I think one of the things that my first doctor gave me, and it was like a 5-day treatment of something. I can't remember what it was, and where I had to take 2 tablets, 2 pills, for 5 days, and with the other one, the topiramate, I had to take every night before bed. Okay, so it was, I mean, it wasn't helping. I still had the headaches, and I'm thinking like I'll give it some time to work. And then so when the 5-day treatment was up and I stopped taking it, I was only taking the topiramate. I would take it, and it would have I would wake up at 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning with a serious freaking headache. I mean, it was that bad that it woke me up. And I would have to go and take Excedrin because I couldn't go back to sleep. I had to take my Excedrin migraine. That was the only thing that got rid of it. And so needless to say, I stopped taking that mess. So I went back to the doctor and I told her the same thing, that I stopped taking it. And then she said, oh, well, and I told her how I managed my headaches. You know, basically pretty much what I explained to y'all. That I'll take something if I know I'm going out, and depending on what my activity is going to be for the day, that I'll take something, or I'll take something with me. And I will only take something once a day. And I had to take it at the right time of day, because if I take it too soon, when I just have a light headache, then it is going to get 10 times worse. My headaches, they fight back, literally. I try to take something when I got a real bad headache, and it's like it'll get 10 times worse, and it's like, oh, this bitch is trying to get rid of me. Like, yeah. So I had to take something right time, and I only take something once a day. Very seldom do I take something more than once a day. But if I take something in the morning, I'm not taking something for the rest of the day for a headache. So I'm not doing that. So next, oh gosh, I used the wrong freaking color. Oh well. So then after that, I'm missing colors. So that's how I manage my headaches. I'll determine what's going to be going on that day, if anything, and I'll medicate myself accordingly. And so the neurologist said, well, that sounds like a lot of work. And I'm looking at her like, not really. No, she said, you feel like you go through a lot. That's a lot of, that you just worry about a lot. Just what I like, not really. No. She just wanted to medicate me. I don't know if you guys know it, but doctors get paid for prescribing medication. When they prescribe medication, they get paid to do that. So sometimes when doctors they all gung-ho about wanting to prescribe you something so fast, I'm thinking like they're trying to get paid. But anyway, so what she gave me, she irritated my headaches and everything like that, and I just told her. And so she said, well, we can try this, this, and this. Then my mom was always talking about, she said, well, maybe you didn't try that Botox. Because the commercial about Botox and migraine headaches and all that stuff. And I said, okay, but I never did until I never mentioned it to my doctors or anything like that. But the neurologist, she brought it up, and she said, well, we can try the Botox. She said, but the thing about that is that you have to, in order for you to especially get help for paying for it or whatever, you will have to have tried other medications that failed to work before you get help for to pay for that. I don't know if my insurance will cover it or not, but I'm assuming it probably wouldn't have if she said that. I don't know, but anyway, so that's what she said. And she said, so we'll try something else. I said no, because then she said, after she said that, she said that how it works is that you would have to get 31 shots in your head and neck. I like, wait a minute, hold up. 31 shots in my head and neck in one day? And one time she said, yeah, oh, no, we're not doing that. We aren't, no. I don't mind needles, but that's just too many shots. And y'all, in 15 minutes, y'all not going to check and see if I'm allergic to that message before you shoot me out with that stuff 31 times? And in my head and my neck? No. I'm not. I'll take a shot. I'm not scared of needles. I'll sit still for one. But when you talking about shooting me in places with a needle that I have never been taking medication for in my head and neck, no, hold right there. Stop. I'm not boo-boo the fool. We're not doing that. And then in 15 minutes, y'all not going. We not gonna stop and see if I'm allergic to this mess. So, like, no, we're not doing that. So I just told her, you know what? You can leave my head alone. This is exactly what I said. I said, you can leave my head alone. I'm good with it. I've been dealing with it for 30 some odd years. If they get worse, then I'll come back and see you when I can't manage them. But right now, I'm good. And then the next time I went to my doctor, I told him the same thing. Y'all can leave my head alone. I'm good. Because another thing about my headaches is that I've had them for so long that I think if some days I go without a headache, and very seldom, and it's like I think something wrong because my head is not hurting me. You know, and I'm like, okay, something's wrong. My head's not hurting because I've been having headaches so long that I'm thinking something wrong because it doesn't hurt. Now, guys, I have faith about a lot of stuff, about everything. I pray. I do pray on the daily. And I pray for small things and just like that. But the one thing that I realized a couple of years ago, that I've never prayed for God to help me with these headaches. I never have. I don't know why. So for one reason, I think it's probably something that he's testing me with. You know, I don't know. This is I don't know, like this is something that he's given me to deal with, and I think it's another thing about that, why I think that, because my headaches, they don't control me, but they kind of do determine like the type of person that I am. So there's that. So I have never prayed for me to not have headaches. Some days when they get bad, I just like, please make it stop. I pray to make it stop at that particular moment, but I've never prayed to actually ever have a pain-free day where I don't have headaches at all, ever. I mean, not like I do that, because everybody has headaches. You got a head, you're gonna have a headache. But I mean, not like have chronic headaches like I do. So I never prayed for that. I don't know why. I guess I do know why, but I realized that a couple of years ago, but that I've never did that. So yeah, so there's that. But so that is the thing with my headaches. So right now, I'm good right now. It's not bad. And see, right now, it was hurting me kind of bad, and something had to stop and check my pain level in my head, and it's eased up because I'm not thinking about it. And that's why I like to craft, or I need to keep my hands busy, because if I'm not thinking about the pain in my head, it doesn't bother me as much, where I don't have to take something for it. So that's why I craft. One of the reasons why I craft. How I got into crafting was my mom said I was a born artist. I never did anything when I went to school for it, anything like that, and further my artistic ability as far as my drawing or anything like that. But I grew up drawing since I was a little girl. I was drawing. I drew everything. I would draw anything. I mean, the first thing I drew was a telephone. One of those phones that you had to, those old phones, you know. My grandmother, she had one. Well, back then a lot of people had one. But I remember I drew a phone where you had to dial up, when you had to put your finger and go around. I can't remember what it was. But yeah, I drew a phone. And so I've been drawing since I was a little girl. Well, I drew since I was a little girl. But now that I'm older, I don't draw as much or at all, because my eyes aren't as good as they used to be. Um, I wear contacts most of the time, and I can't. I'm nearsighted, so my eyes just aren't good as they used to be. So I don't draw as much or at all. I can color, so I still do that, but I don't draw. Um, I so man, let me see. In 2003, 2003, 2004, something like that. Um, that's what I got into crafting. I had bought my first Cricut. It was a Cricut Expression, and I did a little bit with that. Before then, before I've lived in Ohio. Before that, I did a little bit of quilting. I quilt. Well, I made a couple. A little couple of throws, little um quilted throws, not real big ones. I got some quilt tops that I've made, but I don't. That's as far as I go, and I don't do quilting. I don't like the quilting part. I just like to make a quilt top. I need to find those, pull them out, because they was like 20 years old. I made them a long time ago, and they're for like a queen size bed, but it's just the quilt top. So the first one I did, the first quilt I ever made when I got my sewing machine was my grandmother gave me one. Oh, we had went to Ohio when I was younger, and I made my own clothes without a pattern. I was making my own clothes. I guess I can say I was a little bit of a designer back then. And I would actually wear it to school. There was a couple of things I wore to school that I actually made. I mean, it was this red and white stripe fabric that I made a little shirt out of. I can't remember. It was a cute little shirt, but I made it without a pattern, and I wore it to school a couple of times. And I can't remember if I got compliments on her or anything like that, or anybody noticed her, but yeah. And of course, when I got into middle school, I took home ec for the first time, so I was exposed to more things to do with my hands besides drawing. And we had to make a little pillow in home ec. It was like used like squares, it was like 6 squares of fabric that we had to make on both sides, and it was like we made a pillow. And that's also when I took art. I remember Miss Simpson. She was my favorite art teacher. I think she was my only art teacher for that matter. Because I was in middle school, she was art teacher, but then when I got to high school, she transferred to the high school, so she's my art teacher in high school. Yeah, and she retired, I think, last year. I think she was our teacher until last year, and yeah, I think she retired last year. I did all kinds of. I did wood burning, which was on my mom's. I got some of my wood burning work, and she's not letting me have it. It's on her wall. Did some woodwork. I was in shop class. I did some woodworking stuff. I did this yarn dog with a hanger that in Miss Simpson's class. I did painting. I did latch hook. We poured clay to make a vase. I don't know what happened to my vase. But I made a vase, and we had to paint it and put it in a kiln and all of that. That was back in my high school art class years. And I was nominated. I didn't even know I was up for a nomination until they was doing an announcement for our senior class that I was voted. I didn't know I was nominated, but I was voted as our senior class artist. Like, surprise to me, I didn't know I was nominated, but okay. So yeah, everybody knew that I could draw, you know. So that was fun. So that's when my crafting side came in when I got older. My craft stemmed from my drawing. I started doing other things besides drawing. So that so I got started. When I bought my first Cricut, and I was doing that. I made some iron-ons on my Cricut. I didn't buy vinyl. I used contact paper, and I still use contact paper. I buy vinyl now, but back then when I got my first Cricut, I did not buy vinyl. I bought contact paper. I had got the wood grain contact paper, and I had cut my son's name out and my daughter's name, and I had put on the bedroom doors. They liked it. They had their name on their kids. They had their names on their own doors, on their bedroom door, and that's what I used my Cricut for, and iron-ons and things like that. And then it just grew from there. Now I gave my Cricut Expression away. I didn't really want to, but I wasn't really using it that much. And my husband's cousin, I had years ago, she wanted a Cricut, so I had found one a Cricut personal for her eons ago. I gave it to her for Christmas. I only bought it for $50 on eBay. And she had a Cricut, and then not too long ago she said that her Cricut stopped working. I said, well, okay. Before I knew it, I said, well, you can have mine. And before I knew it, right after I told her she can have it, I regretted telling her that. And I didn't want to say, no, I changed my mind. So I went ahead and gave it to her. Again, I wasn't using it anyway, so I just gave it up. But, so yeah, and then I was crafting on my kitchen table, and I had my little craft area. And then when my daughter moved out, my son moved out. I got my youngest son. He's 25. He is forever going to be living at home because he's autistic. He's completely nonverbal, so he's going to have to be at home. But when my daughter moved out, her room became my craft room, and so I had my own craft space. Because when we moved into that house, it was like they came with a little shed, so I was calling myself making a little craft shed. That didn't work out because I don't know what I was doing in the beginning, and it was too hot and too cold during the climate change months and things like that. So, and then it was a small shed, so everything in the kitchen sink was thrown out there, lawnmowers and everything. So it wasn't my craft room, my little craft shed for long. It was never really only my craft shed from the get-go. But then my daughter, like I said, my daughter moved out, then yay, I got a great big craft room. So then we moved to where we are now, and let me see what colors this. So we moved to where we are now, and I gained another craft room again with the spare bedroom, but it was smaller than my last one. I never got it set up. It was always boxes everywhere. I never saw the floor. It was just a mess. So I said, you know what? Then I started seeing these tiny house, this tiny living, what they live, and I thought, ooh, maybe I could go and buy me a building, and I can do it, and I have me a craft shed outside. I said, cool. So I was contemplating. I don't know. I seemed like I told this story already, but anyway, it was a toss up between me getting a vehicle or get me a building. Well, my vehicle's paid off. I mean, well, it was paid for. I paid for it anyway. It's been paid for, but so, and I wasn't having any problems out of it. That's what I was telling myself. I'm not having problems out of my car. It's running okay. Yeah, I'm not having issues with that. So I'm going to get this built. I said, so by the time I get it, because if I have a problem with the car, I start having problems with the car, I can deal with it. And by the time I get finished paying for this building, I can go ahead and get my vehicle if necessary. So yeah. At this building, I love my building, and I wish I got a bigger one, but it's fun to be out here, especially I need peace and quiet, or I'm filming or something like that. But yeah, so that is how I got into crafting. And diamond painting is my new fetish. How I got into diamond painting, I've seen it done before, and I said, well, I want to try that. So one of my ex co-workers, my friend, she did one a few years ago, and she showed it to me, like, oh, that's cute. And I still never really made any effort to try it until another one of my crafty friends, Lasagna Burger, she's Miss Dog's Creations here on YouTube, and she's also an admin of my Facebook group, Crafting Manipulators. She got into diamond painting, and yeah, that's how I actually got started on my first diamond painting, and I was hooked. And I don't know how many I got, but I got a lot. That'll be another video on how many diamond paintings I've acquired since September of last year, and how many I've got done. So yeah, that's a new fetish I picked. Like, I need another craft to be doing. Okay, so I'm gonna list some crafts that I do. Or if not, I'll try to lift all of them. Let me see. Oh, I'm over an hour. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know how long I've been going. Let me see. Hold on. Okay, I think I probably got another 18, less than 20 minutes. But yeah, so diamond painting is my thing right now. I've learned how to do customs. I got like 6 diamond paintings within a week, and these are ones that I was been waiting on since September, October, November, and they finally started coming in. I think I got them all in, except one that I just recently ordered, I think last month, late December, another custom. I can't remember what the custom is of, but I got another custom coming. And I just got one last night that I ordered from Amazon. It's another Day of the Dead girl. It's a different one. Let me see. I just printed out some pictures because I need to kit them up. And so it is this one. It's different from the last one, but I got that one last night, and it wasn't that big, and it came in this little bag, and and it's shipped by UPS. I don't know how that happened, but it came by UPS, and it was in this huge gigantic box. Like, why is it? I'm thinking, like, what? And I didn't know what it was. Like, okay, why is this box so big? And it was a diamond painting, and it was huge. Well, I knew it was coming, and then I got the big old box, and then I'm like, I don't remember it being this big. But then when I opened it, and it's kind of the size of it is 40 by 50, but it was in this huge long box. Like, really? So yeah. So I got a diamond painting lesson. I think I need to pipe down on the diamond paintings. Because I gotta finish 2. I'm doing the newest one that I showed you guys, and I'm also working on, where'd it go? Another Betty Boop one. Where'd it go? It's right here. And I'm doing this one for my mom as well. I got this one, I think, from Fan Sales. It's not gonna take long. Both of these, the newest one and that Betty Boop, it would have been done a long time ago, days ago, weeks ago, probably a week ago. But haven't worked on. I haven't diamond painted in about a week because I I got a swap that I'm working on that I need to get done, and I got to get it mailed out. So I have to put the diamond painting on hold. And sometimes I wish I hadn't joined the swap because I'm obligated to finish it, and I don't want to. So because I want to diamond paint now. So I said, well, I got to finish it. But I did it because I said I need to keep crafting. I need to keep. So that's the reason why I joined the swap, because I need to keep crafting. I need to keep doing that too. I have a channel, my craft channel, that I need to continue adding stuff to. So, and I got a craft group, again, crafting midway. So I need to keep doing that. But so I do a lot of things. I'm a self-taught crocheter. I know how to crochet. I would say I'm not professional. Probably above intermediate, because I know just about every stitch, and I can make my own pattern. I did not try to learn to read a pattern. Once I learned all the stitches, reading a pattern came naturally, you know. So again, I'm a self-taught by just watching YouTube videos. Most things that I want to learn how to do, I have to have a visual. You can't tell me, or I can read directions too, and depending on what it is. But something like that, crocheting, I needed a visual. So I learned by watching YouTube videos how to crochet. So I do that. I was making jewelry at one point. I do resin. I do polymer clay. Paper crafting. Vinyl crafting with my Cricut and my brother Scan and Cut. I do it all. Or just about everything. I don't paint. I like multimedia. But I don't like painting. Well, I'm not saying I don't like painting. I just don't do it. I can't get the hang of that. So I don't paint. I attempted it. I couldn't do it. I don't paint. I don't cross stitch. That's tedious. That's just tedious work. I don't like doing that. At one point, I enjoyed doing it, but it's tedious. I don't like doing it. So is diamond painting, but for some reason cross stitching was, I'll probably try it again. But when I was doing it back then, I was kind of like into it, but it got tedious for me. I didn't like doing it. I know how to knit on loom knit and needle knit. Not so well on needle knitting, but I do know how to do it. I've knitted a lot of things. I even knitted blankets on my knitting looms. So I know how to do that. Let me see, what else do I do? Crap. I do so much. Jewelry. I even used to do play with duct tape. I used to make things out of duct tape. What else? Yep. I did a lot of stuff. I do a lot of stuff. Sometimes I get burnt out on things. I'm missing some of my colored pencils here. And I love this picture, but for it won't stick to my desk. So I can't use it. I need to probably clean the bottom of it out, the little suction cup. And I usually like this pencil sharpener, but I haven't used it in a while, and it's kind of like eating my pencils. So that is what I like to do. I do a lot of things, and I have to. I read on occasion. I got a lot of books. I read when I feel the need. Get the urge to read. I like to read. I love movies. I got tons and tons and tons of movies. I'm a movie freak. I don't watch a lot of TV. I do. There's some TV shows I like to watch on occasion. Um, but I don't watch a lot of TV. If I watch TV, it's a movie on TV. There's something I already have on DVD. And DVDs, people. I've been buying DVDs before they come up with Blu-ray. I got too many movies to be trying to go to Blu-ray. Um, Blu-ray costs more, and probably said it before, but I'm good as long as I can see the picture. I don't need Blu-ray. I don't need nothing high def and nothing like that. I mean, it's nice to have, but if talking about just upgrading just to have it, no, I'm good. I'm good with just being able to see the picture. I don't need all that extra stuff. I just need to see the movie. So yeah, I'm a movie freak. Love Star Wars. Love I fell in love with Star Wars. My mom took us to the drive-in for the first time to see just the first Star Wars movies, and I've loved them ever since. I love Star Wars ever since. I have all of the movies, every last one of them. Even the ones that George Lucas has not directed or had anything to do with. So I have all of the Tremors movies, even the latest one that come out, Shrieker Island. And I'm funny. I think I have all the Fast and Furious movies. I'm funny like that. Even if I don't like the certain movie or whatever that's in that franchise, I'm still gonna get it because I got the other ones. So even if I don't like it, I'm gonna get it just because I have the series. But right now, I don't know why, but I'm frantically looking for Pacific Rim Uprising. I have the first one. I love the movies. And I have the first one, but I don't have the second one. And I'm looking for the second one, a Pacific Rim. I'm just looking for the Uprising. So I am a movie freak. I can quote a movie. But there's some movies that I don't do. I don't do, I love all kinds. I like all genres. But I won't do Michael Myers. I do not like watching Michael Myers. I'll watch Jason, but I don't have any of Jason movies. I watch Freddy, but I don't have any of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. I don't do Chucky. I don't want that demonic doll. I don't like it. I'll watch it, but I just don't want the movies. So let me see what else I like. I have a lot of movies. Tons and tons of movies. So yeah, that's a little bit about me. Again, I'll go back to, I've been with my husband for like, let's see, 17 years. And, we were rare together. He's a nut. And love him to death. My kids, I had 3 boys and 1 girl. We lost my oldest son back in 2011. He passed away. It was so hard. And I had just saw him. He was just at my house, and I had took him to the bus station. He was going back home. He gets back home, and I lost him. That's the one thing I hate, that I know how that feels to lose a child. And I would never wish that on my worst enemy. Not that I have any, but I would never wish it on my worst that you would, that someone lose a child. He was 21 when he passed. He would have been 31 on his last birthday. He was born on Halloween. He was a Halloween baby. I used to call him my little monster when he was a baby. Mom said, let me call him back. Like, Mom, it's a loving term. Because he was born on Halloween. She said, oh. But he was my baby. I went back to Andalusia, Alabama. I wasn't born there. I was born in Mansfield, Ohio, but my dad is from Alabama, and so that's where he's buried. So when I went back home for my birthday, every time I go to Andalusia, I always make a point to go visit my baby's gravesite. I never miss. I don't care if it's raining, snowing. Well, I don't snow, but when it does, if it does, I'm still going on with what it's doing. I'm going. If I'm in town, I'm going to go see my baby's gravesite. So yeah. So that is that. Let's see. So I got a few more minutes here, I think. Let's see what next color. So yeah, I'm content with my life. Still like to win the lottery or something. The thing about that is, you know, they say you gotta play the lottery to win it. I'm in the state of Alabama, and they won't get the lottery here. They want to throw politics and religion into trying to make some money for the state. So they was talking about it's going to encourage gambling. No, y'all just, everybody wants to say they hand in a cookie jar is what it is. We almost had it in hand last year, and they couldn't decide where they wanted the money to go, so that's why it wasn't voted in. Everybody wanted to control it, and the thing, my problem was enough of it wasn't going towards education, and so I said, well, I guess I'll just play it whenever I'm in another state that does have it. But yeah, it's raining today, and I don't know what I'm going to do for the rest of the day. I gotta work on this fall. That's what I need to be doing. I want to go lay down, because like I said, rainy weather makes me sleepy. I don't know if that's a thing with anybody else, but I'm like that because when we were younger, I have 2 brothers and 1 sister. My mom had 4 kids. Well, 5, but my brother, the next one that was born after me, he was stillborn. So I just got 2 brothers and 2 sisters, and when it would rain or storm outside or whatever, my mom would say, "Let's go lay down. Let's go take a nap." So that's what we did. We would all get to bed with her. We go lay down. We go take a nap. And so I'm still like that. If it's raining outside, even when I was at work, when I be at work, I used to work at Sidetel, a call center, and it be raining and storming outside. Like, look, if y'all don't see me sitting at my desk, I'm under it. I done found me a pillow, and I'm going to sleep. So rainy weather puts me to sleep. It makes me sleepy. It makes me want to just be lazy all day. The only thing I don't like when it rains like this is this cold. I don't like cold. So when I walked out here, it was wet. It was coming down pretty good. And it's not cold, but it's cold. We had got cold a little bit this winter. But so far, we haven't had any snow in Alabama. We don't need that. People freak out when it snows. Florida, I don't call it snow, because I know what snow is. I know what snow is. I used to live in Ohio. Like I said, I was born and raised in Ohio, partially. And I grew up in blizzards and severe snowstorms and all of that. So when it's flurries down here and people flip out, like, it is really not that serious. And then they say, and I'd say to this day now, because this has happened a couple of times already, that it snows and people freak out, and then they'll say, well, we're not used to it. Look, damn it, It done snowed down here before, or flurried down here a little bit. It's not that serious. Y'all done went through this crap before. It is not that serious. Quit browning up all the freaking bread. So don't quit. I don't want to hear that talking about y'all not used to it. You used to it. It's not that damn serious. So I hate when it snows here. Even though the thing about when it does snow here, I mean, it will come down, it will stick, and it be everywhere. That's what snow does. It's everywhere. And then the next day, it's gone. Like it wasn't even, like it didn't do nothing. I mean, you'll still see it in some ditches on the side of the road or something like that, but for the most part, it's gone. It doesn't melt it. It don't even, it never sticks to the streets. But it'll stick to the trees and the grass and stuff like that. And so when it the next day, you might see some of it lingering, you know, and here and there, but for the most part, it's gone the next day. It's just the fact that it's in my front yard and on my porch, on my property, you know, during that time. Like I did, don't do that. I don't like it. No, let's use French. But guys, I guess I'm gonna end here. I think my hour's about up, so I hope y'all enjoyed this little WIP N Chat. I'm gonna finish this page probably do another WIP N Chat, I don't know. And finish it for the challenge. Like I said, this is a challenge within a challenge. But I hope y'all enjoyed my rambling. And I will see y'all next time. Y'all have a colorful day. Bye.